I'm just sick of the black people on the internet talking about I'm not with her. Okay, so if you're not with her, that means you with Trump. And y'all need to block every last one of their asses on Facebook and on Instagram and social media and stop. Like, that's just garbage.
The dumb Negro bug done bit him. Ricky Smiley, go sit down somewhere. This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com. I'm not with her.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
Get you one of these shirts. I'm not with her. This is blind leading the blind, bro. Kamala Harris is out of control, and I would never vote for Kamala Harris because she's a complete idiot. Not because anything other than her just being an idiot. Discount code will pop up here. Link will be in the description section. Like and subscribe to the channel. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know why black folks like Ricky Smiley get bit with the dumb black man bug. I say the dumb Negro bug. I don't, like, when you grown like this dude, when you grown, you should be past all that childish stuff. All that, I'm voting for her because she black. I'm voting for her, she a woman. She done done a whole lot of stuff for black people. Google it. I put my life on it. Ricky Smiley don't know nothing off the top of his head that Kamala Harris has done that has positively affected the black community. He ain't got nothing in the tank. He running on. You too grown to be this silly, man. Black men that are of this age, you should have had enough experiences where you voted, you didn't vote, you looked at a television at least once or twice, you actually realized that a politician have lied to you, so then you wake up and say, let me do my own research. At some point, my man, you grown enough to be making decisions or should have made decisions to put you in a position to be informed politically. But it's like a bug that then bit just the fangs that went in and just putting in poison in these black people. Mine just gone. Kamala will be a great president. I got more. I'm gonna let y'all listen to Ricky Smiley, then I'll tell you how I feel about it. Roll the clip.
Just sick of the black people on the internet talking about I'm not with her. Okay, so if you're not with her, that means you with Trump. And y'all need to block every last one of their asses on Facebook and on Instagram and social media and stop. Like, that's just garbage.
Yeah.
It's just garbage.
Can
Everybody
we be
got
united
to find,
on anything?
Yeah. Can't agree on a damn bucket of chicken. One person want a hot dog.
I always complain.
Black folks get on my damn nerves, man.
We can't agree on everything. We can't be sheep led to the slaughter. Why can't we all just be wrong for the sake of being wrong? Like, white people don't act like this. White people, we all can't agree on. No, because people think differently. Just because you got brown skin don't mean you got to think like another man. Some of y'all live in the South. Some of y'all live in the West Coast. Some live on the East Coast. Some live in the Midwest. Man, black people are different. Some of y'all grew up in the hood. Some of y'all grew up with privilege. Why we all got to be the same? We can't even stick together. Sticking together to be stupid.
Why everybody making all these celebrities making all these videos going off on Kamala Harris and stuff, and then the black men, Kamala Harris didn't prosecute you and treated you bad in court. I got treated bad in court too, but I'm with her because a vote for her. If you sit at home and you don't support her, you are definitely supporting Donald Trump. You can vote for who you want to, but don't be trying to encourage other people and sit up there and put bad stuff. Where's that same energy for Donald Trump?
Yeah. Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm just like, don't vote for him. It is what it is.
Y'all not even out here doing real research to look at her record. If you do the research or whatever, stop believing everything you read and do real research, you can see what a record is. You can see what she have done. I think you can Google what have Kamala Harris done for the black community.
Nah, bro. Real research. How about you just spout out a few? I think you can Google it. Bro, you should know off the top of your head, if you telling people that they crazy for not wanting to support this woman, you should know off the top of your head a few policy points that she's done that have benefited the black community off the top of your head. I think you can Google it.
Things that black people benefit from a lot. We need to stand with her.
Yes.
We need to stand with her. She's great.
Absolutely.
She will make a great president. And what a blessing to be living in a time where a black woman can become president of the United States of America in our time. We get a black man and a black woman become president. That's unheard of.
Come on.
You know how dumb black people are? Let me just tell you how dumb black people are. Not all, but these people are so stupid. If I was on this show, I'd wreck his whole show. Since when do black people have adopted and supported white supremacy? Let me explain to you what I'm saying. I took Africana studies in college, and we studied what they call the study of whiteness. People that are educated know that the only reason that these two people are called black is because of white supremacy. If you are black and white, you are not black. You're biracial. Because Barack Obama, for not 1 second, identified as white anywhere, anytime in his life ever. Why not? He's 50-50. Ain't that ironic that Barack Obama, being half black, half white, cannot identify with the white side? He has to be black. But yet Kamala Harris, who's Jamaican and Indian, she's not even African American by the very definition of African American. She's Jamaican and Indian, and she can somehow vacillate between Jamaican or Indian and black. But if you mix with white and black, you can't vacillate. You only have to be black if you mix with white and black. That's called white supremacy. That's to keep the white race pure. And the dumb black people who believe this stuff is pushing the agenda that they claim they're supposed to be against. These are the two less pure black people in American history, and they considered the two first black presidents. Neither one of them are black. Like when you say authentically black, meaning your mama and your daddy black. Meaning your mama, your daddy, your grandmama and them, and your great-grandpa and grandma and them were black. That means that your family descended from slaves in America. They do not have a real solid African-American person that they've put into office as president. But we claim them, the two white supremacist candidates, meaning that they just pick somebody that's non-white and call them black, and y'all accept it.
Stop it.
Messy. Be on the right side of
people.
history. Be
Yeah.
on
Stop
the
it.
right side of history.
That's so, it's just the Amber Rose and everybody got all these videos and stuff and talking about Kamala Harris talking out of both sides of her. How would you say something so disrespectful? Even if you felt that way, I wouldn't dare make a video or say nothing like that to the vice president of the United States of America that's trying to stand up and that's going to possibly pick two United States Supreme Court justices or whatever to try to keep the law.
Shit, how's she gonna pick two Supreme Court justices? These black people ignorant as a mud. Unless two conservatives die or they retire, you can't just pick a Supreme Court justice. She would have to be the president for 8 years to even have an opportunity to do that. Because Clarence Thomas still got some life in him. But
laws in place that Thurgood Marshall and all of the people that have paved the way and try to redo and get back into some of this settled law, women's rights to choose, your voting rights, and Brown versus the Board of Education. Do your homework, black
Hold
people.
up. Let me just.
Thurgood Marshall, they like to talk about Thurgood Marshall, who was the first black Supreme Court justice. But Clarence Thomas, they act like he a ghost. Clarence Thomas was the second black Supreme Court justice. And has been reigning ever since as the Supreme Court justice, the only black, until Ketanji Brown Jackson, that they just put her in there because she's black, not because of her merits like Clarence Thomas.
Tell you something right here that could be very historic, and Kay pointed this out to me. If Kamala Harris is elected, she would be sworn in.
She could be
on
sworn in
MLK Day
by the first black Supreme
and
Court
possibly
woman
by
justice.
Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Yeah.
Does
Stop
that
it.
not give you chills?
Come on.
Who gives a F? These people don't care about you. The black woman will select the other black woman. Neither one of them have done anything to date on record to curb black violence in the inner city. Not one of these not one of them. Not one of them has even spoken about education in inner cities. Done nothing that I know of. They have done nothing. And let me just keep it real for me. I think the big screen, I got more to it. Black people, share this with your black friends. Keep it real for a minute. These two black people wouldn't even be accepted in the black community whatsoever. Both of them sound white. Neither one of them got no hood credit. And y'all would be laughing at them, making fun of them, high-siding them. They wouldn't even be considered black in the black community. And all of a sudden, they black now. All of a sudden, you could talk like Ketanji Brown Jackson and you down with the people. Y'all, man, when I was going to school and you sounded like any one of these women, they'd be making fun of you. You trying to be white. Look at her trying to be white. Oreo cookie, they be calling them all kind of stuff. And to this day, black people still treat other black people like that. And all of a sudden, they want to go, oh, yeah, no, she's a black woman. These black women, if they weren't in this position, they'd be getting trashed by their own people.
Okay.
Does that not send
Maria?
Just make your whole body vibrate?
Maria,
Oh my
I can go
gosh.
deep into that. You got a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated reading in a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated into the damn White House. What's wrong with y'all?
Come on,
on
man.
MLK holiday.
But y'all
Baby,
mad because she ain't
y'all.
talking about
Who
reparations.
was a
Man,
member?
y'all don't
Who was a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated?
Come on, now.
Come on now!
Game-
Oh my God,
Game
that just
changer.
gave me chills.
Not one statement of policy. Black people messed up, man. And I blame slavery. Black people are damaged beyond repair. As a majority, there's like a 40% or so of black people that can think for themselves and get outside the fray. And I say this not with a cheerful heart. I say this in a very devastating way, is that black people are so caught up in emotionalism and ignorant that their claim to fame is that Kamala Harris is being sworn in by Ketanji Brown Jackson on MLK Day, and both of them are from Black Greek sororities. Not a single thing that came out of his mouth had anything to do with policy. No policy position. They can't tell you what she's going to do for black people. And they clowning other black people because we saying her policies suck. She's the vice president and she's done zero for black people. As a senator, as a VP, she ain't even on the campaign trail saying she gonna do nothing for y'all Negroes. But because she black and she an AKA, and
That gave me
Rock team.
chills.
Game changer,
Rock
dog.
team. Game.
Man,
Talk about game.
y'all better come
Go
get
to
me off
sports,
this
'cause
radio
you better
today.
come get him.
Hey, you can keep going. You want to keep
Today.
going, dog? You want to keep
Today.
going?
Oh,
they ain't gonna be mad at you today, Rick. Hey,
I don't care. Well, stop the music. Stop the music. Stop the music.
Go, dog.
Stop the
Go.
music.
Go.
I don't care about who get mad. I know I'm right.
Exactly.
I know I'm right. Y'all need to stop. Do y'all realize Medgar Evers died for voting rights? All these people that have risked their life from slavery up until the civil rights movement, just so we can have an opportunity to do what we do, to do what we can do. We ain't seen nothing like this since Barack Obama was running for president in 2008. We need to stop.
The great John Lewis.
Right. John Lewis and
George Floyd.
Ralph Abernathy.
Abernathy.
All of these people that have paved the way for us. We
They
are the
didn't-
new civil rights leaders. We got to get behind people like Ben Crump and Kamala Harris and all these people out here that's doing, like Roland Martin.
Roland Martin. That fool said Roland Martin. God. And that is the dumbest guy on the internet right there.
And all of these people that's out here. And Joy Reid, if you want to be educated,
The dumbest woman on the internet.
if you really want to know the truth, all you got to do is turn to MSNBC and watch Joy Reid, and she gonna give you a whole history lesson every night on MSNBC, and then after that, Rachel Maddow. All you gotta do is just watch it.
And it's not opinion, it's facts.
Don't do this right here.
Yeah, and
don't
you know
be on the
the
internet doing Kamala Harris like that.
Yeah,
I don't care
yeah.
what issue you got with black women. Your mama's a black woman. How about that? Let's start there. I don't care.
These fools invoking MLK while saying vote because somebody color. Martin Luther King specifically said in his famous speech that the only one that people know because they wouldn't even play his other speeches because he was a communist. But in the only speech that people know, a socialist, he said that you shouldn't judge people, that he wants to live in a future where you be judged by the content of your character, not the color of your skin. Like, and these fools are invoking his name, but yet want to vote based on the color of someone's skin. And if white people came out and said, I'm voting for the white person because we need we need whiteness, great whiteness in the White House. Like, people would be losing their mind. You'll lose endorsements and everything. But black people can say, we're going to vote for the black person. How can you be black and not vote for the black person? It's like, why can you be white and not vote for the white person? If somebody said that on they'd get kicked off the radio. If a Jew said, how can you be Jewish and not vote for the Jew? People be in their feelings right now.
Talking to the men right here. Your mother is a black woman. Don't forget that. Don't forget that.
And my mama voted for Trump. So what does that mean?
Your sister is a black woman. And as a black man, I stand proudly with Kamala Harris this morning with tears in my eyes. It means so much to me. Do you know the lady picked up the phone and called me when my son died? How about that? How about how personal her and Joe Biden has been? How about Joe Biden wrote me a letter naming my grandkids and naming my son's name in a personal handwritten letter? How kind, how thoughtful, how genuine, they're just genuine and sincere. And I love people like that.
Not one this mother talked for 5 minutes, not one policy. Not one policy position. This is why the world is damned. Because you got folk talking about, I like that they sent me a letter in the mail. But what about inflation? What about illegal aliens coming and taking over these inner city communities? They're not going to where the white people live at. I ain't seen an illegal right here where I live at, not one illegal. I don't see nobody begging on the corner, none of that. They ain't up here. They down there in South Phoenix. They down there competing with black folks that are in lower income, which a lot of black people came from that. You black kids at school, they learn Spanish and stuff. They got a whole class dedicated to these kids that can't even speak English. Your kids failing and dumb. Dropping out of school. School talking about transgender and all this old crazy stuff. They don't give a F about your kids. And y'all are talking about Kamala Harris because she black. God is my witness if I called in on Ricky Smiley. I'll say, hey, I'll bet y'all $1,000. I'll put $1,000 up. Ricky Smiley, what's a policy position that you believe that Kamala Harris got right that can benefit the black community? He has nothing to say. He would have nothing to say. He would just be blank. None of these people on the show would say anything. It ain't about that. Okay, I know y'all still. But that's why they gullible. This how black people end up being slaves. This how black people end up in Jim Crow. This how black people end up in a lot of positions that they were in that Jews didn't end up in. When I say let's go post-slavery, black people had an opportunity to grow just like Jews did. Jews from Holocaust, now the Jews are incredibly successful. A lot of Jewish people own major corporations worth I don't know how much money with a network that's out of control. Black people were on their way, but they got greedy. And instead of working on their own merits, building and developing things in their own community, they wanted to blend with the white man and get a quick fix. Instead of building up their community, they want to integrate into white schools. Why? Why? Y'all had your own schools. And then you integrate into white schools and you mad because your black kids get treated differently. And then they don't teach the history you wanted to. You had your own schools that you could teach whatever history you wanted. You had your own bus line. But Rosa Parks want to go and sit on a white bus. Black people had their own bus line. And Rosa Parks had her own car. They staged that to intertwine, to get up the ladder quickly if they felt like they could have what the white man had. They made a big mistake. There's no other community that was doing that. Asian people didn't do that. They got their own stuff. Chinatown. No, it was a girl, we were about the same age. A couple years ago when I first moved to Phoenix, went to a sushi restaurant. I'm not going to say the name because I don't want her to get no backlash. She was like 30-some years old. Me and her in our 30s. I asked her, she owned a sushi restaurant. She owned 2 of them. She flew all these people from Japan into working at sushi restaurant. I said, how did you young, how did you end up owning this restaurant like this? She said, because the Japanese, maybe Asian, I don't know if it's just Japanese, but they had a newspaper that only Japanese people get. And when these restaurants come up for sale, they send them to Japanese people to buy them. They don't put them on the market. So therefore, another Japanese person will take over that Japanese establishment. What black people doing? Voting for white people and acting as if, it's just crazy to me. Racism is the biggest problem in America, but they voted for Joe Biden. What are y'all doing, man? Like, I'm cool though. God delivered me from me being black. I'm not black. I'm Brandon. My melanin is darker, but I ain't got nothing to do with these people like that. Don't box me in no color, nothing. I don't claim black. I don't fool with y'all like that. Especially because black people are embarrassment to America, in my opinion. There's some good black people, but like overall, black people are embarrassing. Like, y'all can hide behind the entertainment stuff and the sports and act as if black people are not an embarrassment. Like, when you look at economics in the black community, treacherous. And it's our own doing. Asian people don't operate like that. Mexican people don't operate like that. Jews don't operate like that. And white folks don't operate like that. We the only people operating the way we operate. Black people start a business in the black community, black people won't even support that person. They go down the street to the Asian lady, buy weed from her. Why don't you buy weed from the black woman? You buying weed from Asian people. You won't even support your own people in your own community. And then you're mad at white people for not giving you opportunity. What's his name? I forget his name. Not Stoudemire. Dang, I forget his name. It's in my mind. He came out with a tennis shoe. He just came out with some glasses that you do it like this, and the tint get lighter and darker. And it got a Bluetooth speaker so you can listen to music on your sunglasses. The coolest sunglasses, they look better than Oakley and all these other ones. How many black people you see supporting that? Big celebrity black people. I saw Shaq. Ain't nobody supporting that. They'll go buy Oakleys before they buy the black man brand. I'm telling you, the black folks, when they get rich, they don't go live in a black neighborhood, do they? No, they go live around white people. And then it's just, I can go on and on. Abortion. Black people are 13% of the population. This is how ignorant people are. 13% of the population forever. It's probably lower than that. They just ain't figured it out yet or did the numbers yet. But 13% of the population. Donald Trump won the election with like 8% of the black vote. That means 92% of black people voted one way and still lost. Now, all these illegals coming into our country, at some point they're going to have citizenship, amnesty, they're going to be able to vote. We're talking numbers of like 15 million people. It's only 40 million black people total. So black people are going to end up being the minority. Hispanic can be the majority minority. And when Hispanic numbers get so high, black people are going to be like Asians and other small minority groups. Your vote don't count. Black people will be able to vote 100% Democrat and still not win an election. 100% Democrat, still not win an election. Because the population is going to be so dwindled and they're going to be so less of a representation of the American population that they're not going to have any leverage to do anything. We already saw in 2020 when Democrats were running for office, they were speaking Spanish. They got no policy positions for black people. They don't care when in Chicago, young black people getting shot in the head while doing the homework. They don't push for gun policies. They don't talk about it. When there's a school shooting or school incident amongst white kids in inner city, in the middle of America, they saying enough is enough. Gun violence, we need to ban AR-15s. Well, black people getting killed all day long, every day with handguns, and y'all don't have no solution to that. Y'all have no solutions. Y'all won't talk about it. It's not a big thing. When Uvalde happened, everybody's talking about it. There was more people died last weekend or on 4th of July weekend in Chicago than in Uvalde. Or right around. It was 17 black people that got killed. It was 100 shootings. What are we saying? You know, if you take like 3 holidays out of the year, more people die in Chicago in gun violence situations than the people that got shot in Las Vegas at the concert. Kamala Harris will never go down and visit Chicago after people losing their life and brothers laying dead in the middle of the street in body bags. They'll never go there. But you black, and so you supposed to support them. Y'all, I could talk till I'm blue in the face about this. Black people are gonna wither away. as far as power and influence. You're only going to be good for entertaining. That's where black people started. They started in entertainment, and it paved the way for black people to be seen in a different light. Now we're going to be reduced down back to just being entertainment. Oh, you can throw a football. Yeah. But you're not going to get a job because you ain't got no education. You don't know how to network. You in your feelings. You got an attitude. You can't think for yourself. Y'all too worried about Gucci and all this other stuff, and y'all not raising your family right. Kids going to public schools, and it's nothing against public schools, but you should be informed. Y'all get your kids shot up. Y'all not even evaluate none of this stuff. Out here at the clinic, fighting to exterminate the next generation of young black people. Fighting for it. Women's reproductive health. Listen, y'all need to be having more kids. Yeah, ban AR-15s. That's the same thing that happened to black people when they were getting taken advantage of by the Klan. They didn't have guns. Y'all didn't learn nothing? Oh, I'm going to vote for them that's trying to mandate that you get the vax. Do you not remember the Tuskegee experiment? I do not understand. Grown folk, not young people. Grown folks, that's stupid. Anyway, I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out.